Hey, this is Chris with music.msn.com, and I'm here with Raquy and the Cavemen. You can check them out at www.raquy.com. And I'm sitting here with Raquy and Liron. They're of Raquy and the Cavemen. And could you tell me a little bit about your spike fiddle?
Yes.
It's very...
okay, well, I'll get it out here.
It's a very unique instrument.
Yeah. This is from Iran, and it's called the Cavemen. It's made from one piece of wood, and it's very dense and circular. The tuning is similar to the violin. You see it has 4 strings, but you actually, I started playing it on a stand because then I can feel more like a rock star in the shows because I'm standing up and wiggling around. But most Iranian Cavemen players, they put the spike in it, and it's actually called the spike fiddle. You put the spike in, and then it you sit on the floor, and then instead of moving the bow to change strings, the bow stays in the same place, but you turn it like that to change the strings. So, and it just sounds like a violin, but more ancient sounding, you know.
Yeah. Could you tell me a little bit about the cultural aspects of the music and where it comes from and the roots of all your beats and stuff?
Right. Well, half the songs is only drumming, and the drumming songs are inspired mostly by Egyptian drumming and Turkish. Like, we played one piece which was in a Turkish gypsy rhythm, which is a cycle of 9. But I just came back from Egypt. I spent some time in Egypt this year, and so now I'm really into the Egyptian style. So most of the drumming sounds very Egyptian style.
Okay.
Yeah. And as far as the melodic pieces, some of them are original that we composed, but we compose using the Middle Eastern modes, which have microtones. There are notes that don't exist in Western music. It sounds like out of tune or something, but when you get used to them, they're beautiful notes. So we compose original stuff using those modes and rhythms from the Middle East. So it sounds like Middle Eastern, but it's original. And also sometimes we'll do traditional Middle Eastern songs, but we kind of put an edge, we put our own arrangement on them and kind of give it like a edge.
Yeah, and I could tell from the crowd that everyone was really enjoying it. There's a lot of people dancing and just loving your music. So what are you feeling on stage when you're playing? Like, what kind of emotions are going through you when you're sharing this music with everyone else?
Every show is different. We've had intimate shows with just the 2 of us on a beach with the water being right here and like 4 torches, and we're playing for 40 people. And we had shows for 2,500 people in a huge stage, you know, overlooking the lake, you know. So it really changes. Of course, when you're in front of a really big crowd and everybody's dancing, then you get really, really excited, and you know, sometimes we scream, you know, for no reason, just while we're playing. And then if you're in a more intimate setting, then it's really, I feel like it's really, you really open up and you get very, very, very sensitive. And then you just kind of start, in a way, communicating with the audience, you know. You kind of feel what they want to hear next, and then you kind of give it to them, and then they give it back to you, and then it's, you know, it's kind of like this very cool communication you have with the audience.
Thank you guys so much for sitting down and talking to us.
Our pleasure.
And also, your website is www.raquy.com.
Yeah, and it's spelled R-A-Q-U-Y.
R-A-Q-U-Y.com.
Yeah.